Lauren Rodych-Eberle is back with us again today on Primetime Local News. And today, Lauren, we're talking about something that is very near and dear to your heart, which is Kids Who Explore. We had initially talked to you about the podcast and the program. So how is things going with that now? And is there anything new that's involved with the Kids Who Explore?
Yes, I feel like since we talked, so much has changed. Before I told you the best place to find us was on Instagram, which is still great, but now we have our website up. So kidswhoexplore.ca, and that has all of our information. People can join our email list. Right now we have a planet cleanup virtual event going on. So you'll see a lot of virtual events on there. And then, yeah, our podcast has been so much fun. We're 12 episodes in now. So weekly we're sharing tips with families. And we're still getting everyone involved and having our ambassador families get involved over on Instagram as well.
And just as a reminder, Lauren, for parents and people who may not have had a chance to see the other interview with you, what exactly is the focus of the Kids Who Explore program?
So Kids Who Explore is really just a company that's trying to motivate everyone to get their kids outside and get their families outside, and showing people that it is accessible, even if it is just stepping out your front door. So that's really our motivation, is exposing kids to the outdoors and letting nature help raise our kids.
Now, obviously, during this time, it's a lot more difficult for especially first time parents to do the traditional things that they would with their children, taking them to group classes and that sort of thing. So I think maybe this is probably more relevant than ever now, even if you just go out as mom and baby. So what are some of the things that you've been able to experience through the Kids Who Explore program? What are some of the things that you recommend, besides walks and that sort of thing, that people can do outside safely with their children at this point?
Yes, well, walks are my favorite, but we like hiking too. Back home in Alberta, we were doing lots of hikes, and on Long Island, I call them more nature walks because there's not as much incline, but there's still so much to see and experience. And to go to the beach with Collins. Now she's been able to run around on the sand. So we really try, and that's the great thing about our ambassador families from all over the world. We try and show people how to get outside with all seasons, all weather conditions, and all different places. And like you said, doing so safely.
Now, one of the things, Lauren, as you've been going through your parenthood journey, you have been great at posting on Instagram recommendations for food, for toys, for all kinds of things related to babies and toddlers. How do you go about coming up with these recommendations? Do you actually test out a lot of different brands, or is it just from personal use? How does it happen that you decide on what you think the best products should be?
Yes, I do test them all out. I'm super passionate about what we bring into our home and what's going on our skin and into our bodies, and that become tenfold having Collins. I'm very particular about what I'm putting on her. So even with Kids Who Explore, I've been testing out different natural sunscreens and finding what's best. But there's so many ways I find the information. There's a bunch of great accounts I follow. Sometimes I'm buying books or ebooks with different recommendations. There's skindeep.com, for example, is one where I research the different ingredients that are in products. And then I love recommendations from other people too. So I do my research and then I test out as much as I can. And then I kind of find the ones that I really think are great for us that I can recommend to others.
And Lauren, is there a place where you have kind of a comprehensive list as to all of these different products where people could go to see, or should they just check out your Instagram posts, or what's kind of the best way for other parents to find out what are some of the things are that you have recommended, most of which are Canadian, by the way?
Yes, I love supporting locals. So I really try and check out, especially Alberta, but all Canadian companies as well. And when I'm on Long Island, I'm trying to support local companies here as well. So a great place is my website. I try to compile lists on there, but then the other best place is Instagram. So I try and put them in my highlights. People can refer back, but I'm always sharing my stories as I'm trying new things too. So if people can touch base in there, and I'm always open to questions. So I love getting direct messages from people saying, what do you for this product, it kind of motivates me to think about different areas that I should research as well.
Well, and Lauren, we talked about this a little bit before. Another thing, because you don't have enough to do, obviously, you're working on a kids cookbook. How is that going?
Good. So it's inspired by my daughter. So it's called Colin's Kitchen. And it's in the works right now. So I have all the recipes basically created, and I'm just kind of last minute testing them. And I'm actually compiling the book together now. The only problem is I left my professional camera back home. So the photos will have to wait to the fall. So I'm hoping to have this cookbook available for people by 2022. So that's kind of my goal. Let's say the new year, it should be in other homes.
Well, Lauren, thank you once again for joining us. The amount of information that you have on your social media and website is just incredible, especially for first-time moms and parents of toddlers. So once again, if people are looking to get this information, Lauren, how do they reach you?
Rodych-Eberle.com is my website where it all is. And then my Instagram is the same handle, Lauren Rodych-Eberle.
All right. Well, Lauren, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks again for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Always so great to come.